Hello, I'm the Resolute Cartographer, and this is the 156th video of my Fallout 76 Surveyal series, and here we are at Thunder Mountain Power Plant. This is actually the last of the power plants after covering the previous two and two of the last four of my Surveyal videos. This is where it is, right here by this lake, in the Mire, right off of the main highway here. Alright, so let's take a look at this place. Real quick before we go in here, enemies you're going to find Scorched, feral ghouls, turrets, and Radroaches. Now, along with that, of course, given that it's a nuclear plant in the Fallout universe, you're going to be facing a high risk of radiation because there's very poor disposal of waste and all kinds of stuff inside. Along with that, just generally walking around areas like the reactor will give you a certain hit of radiation, so just keep that in mind. Now, in terms of the collectible nodes, there are Rhododendron that grow out here somewhere. There's also brain fungus and glowing fungus that grow inside the plant itself. Then along with that, in terms of the materials you're going to find around the yard here, there is a uranium deposit, a wood pile, a crystal outcropping, and an iron deposit, but we'll see all that soon. Now, quick history on the site. This place was controlled originally by, well, obviously civilian authorities. Then the war came, the Free States emerged, and they took control of the site, and then they actually lost it to the Proto-Brotherhood of Steel, back when the Brotherhood of Steel here in Appalachia was known as Taggarty's Thunder. It was the original ranger unit that became the Appalachian Brotherhood of Steel. So, let's take a look at the site. Now, we're coming in from the north side along this little road here. There is really nothing in this. Like, yes, there are these petrified corpses, but you can't open up the desk here. You can't open any of the file cabinets. So okay, I didn't see that before. There is a single container of boiled water in there, so it has that. Now if we come over this way, you'll see some sandbags either left over by the Free States or by the Brotherhood. We can come along the back side of the facility here, just see some stuff here because we're not really going to come back. There's a set of stairs here that goes up to the roof. There's also a catwalk that runs around this tank here. And then we'll take a quick look at this little area here. I have left the plant nearly repaired so you can see what it looks like when it's turned on, just like I did back at Monongah Power Plant. So there's some junk up in this area. Ham radio there, some clutter. Containers of junk. There are a lot of hard hats here, so keep that in mind. Mining helmets as well, like that. Alright. Now then, let's get back around to the front of the plant. Just, I guess real quick, I can just point this out. We'll come back out this door just to show you where the door is on the inside. And there's a catwalk that runs up to the rest of the height, to the rest of this place, the top, and also down to the bottom over there. So, let's get back around to the front of the plant. Okay. Now I assume this bracing here was at pre-war, but you never know. Okay, coming past this limousine, we're now inside of a barbed wire fenced area here. Got the big old plant there, Thunder Mountain Power on the side. Got an APC, so you can tell that the military was guarding this place at one point. But there's no record of it like there is at Monongah Power Plant. Little office here. Okay. I don't think that was Taggarty's Thunder's APC is what I'm saying. Dead Scorched, because there are many Scorched here in the yard. And you can see just a general look out of the yard here. Let me get up on top of this. Okay. So we got some Scorched wandering around down there. Now, this I think was all Brotherhood of Steel stuff out here. We got multiple tents. We'll see them all individually, but I just wanted to point out the whole layout of the area here. A lot of tents down there, an old a truck there with nothing really in it. Got some shipping containers, a trailer right over there. Okay, let's go take a look at the area itself. Okay, so this looks to be some sort of infirmary here. Got a little bit of junk. Cop uniform there. Now if we come over here. This is one of the 3 power boxes. When this place is turned on, that'll light up. Got a trailer right here. It looks like it was an eating trailer. Again, like I said, not really anything in there. Super thigh antifreeze, but other than that, nothing. This was a little storage area over here. At least that's what it looks like to me. There is a mask and some ballistic fiber. Sorry if I'm fading in and out. That's Chameleon that's doing that. Now, got some bunks here. A little bit of a lab tent right over here. T-45 arm. And that does seem to show up most of the time, so something to keep in mind if you're looking for a T-45 left arm. Okay, so there's a crane there on the roof, lifting that shipping container. We got a bunch of destroyed barricades. I think this is stuff left over from the last stand of the Brotherhood of Steel. We'll talk more about that later. In fact, you can even see an upside-down sigil of the Brotherhood of Steel there. And there's another one right over there on the wall. Now, I don't know if they painted that as a sign that they were in distress, or if perhaps the environment artists maybe accidentally put those upside down, because there are multiple locations where you can find raider sigils that are upside down. But anyway, so we got a wood pile there. Now if we come back over past this trailer, which has another eating area in it, we can see the nuclear deposit. If we come back over down here, got a place for people to sit and eat. Some coffee being made, stuff like that. And if we come over here, we got a tent with some junk in it. Some clutter. Another APC right over here. This large lake. Looks nice. Then we have the yard for the site. Well, the substation, or the transformers, basically getting ready to send this across the lines out across the world. And if we come over in here, a little bit of junk, a little bit of apparel. Not really too much to see though. Some fancy-sized snack cakes back there. A little more junk there. Okay. Now right over here we have the crystal outcropping. And actually I think I failed to... There's another one of the power boxes, and there's the fusion core generator. I failed to point out the iron deposit, which I believe is back over here in this corner. There it is. So there's your iron deposit. So that's all four of those nodes. And there's the third power box. So, alright, so that should do it for this area over here. Let's get back over towards the plant. And again, we're going to kind of explore the extremes of the outside before moving into the interior. Steps down to the edge of the lake here. Shipping containers. We've got a large industrial forklift. This is a door to the Turbine Hall. We'll take a look at that here in a minute. We're not going to go in through that door. We will come out that door for a minute just so you can see where it is. But sloped roof here. And we come up over here. Some large scale equipment here. Probably some sort of AC unit or something like that. Got another entrance to the Turbine Hall here. Okay, cooling tower. Let's head back around to the yard. Another one of these industrial forklifts, or is that the same one? Is that the first one I pointed out? I don't think so. I thought, yeah, there's the first one I pointed out. Okay. All right. Now we're back up to the area between the buildings. More barricades, an old Jeep. Okay. Alright, we're going to go in here in a minute, but we're going to take a look at the cooling towers first. There are ghouls, as I said in the beginning. The Scorched seem to cover most of the plant, and you can also find them in most of the plant, but the ghouls take up residence in the cooling towers primarily. Now if we come over in here, I can't remember which tower is which. I think this is cooling tower 1. But it's basically... It's very reminiscent of the cooling towers of the other plants. Little chunks of pipe to repair, and here's the last one. There we go. The cooling system has now been fully restored, but we're going to head up the catwalks here and take a look at what there is what you can find up above. Okay, so right over here we have a door that goes back into the plant, well, into the turbine hall side of the plant. But the interesting thing about these cooling towers is they're actually directly connected to each other. So while in the other plants, you could get to both cooling towers by going through the main plant, in this case, the cooling towers both connect to the main plant and to each other. So we got this little room here. Medical goggles here. This place has an enormous number of apparel items. It's crazy. Okay, so this is the interchange, the interconnection between the two cooling towers. Got a locker room area up here. Okay, another catwalk down if you wanted to get back down. But we're going to go take a look at what again I think is cooling tower 2. More chunks of pipe to fix. More catwalk running underneath them. The box right here. I have found multiple charging laser sniper rifles here. Now, I don't know if that's because of the level of this character or what, but I think I found 3 of them. Of the charging laser sniper rifles, which just seems odd. Whoa, that was a big bump of radiation right there. Anyway, alright. Yeah, I think we've seen enough of the outside for the moment. Like I said, feral ghouls up here. So let's get inside. Actually, but you know what? Let's go inside the front door. No, you know what? The other 2 plants, we went in through the cooling towers, so we're going to go in through the cooling towers here as well. Alright, let's see. Okay, I got them backwards. This one's cooling tower 1, the other one's cooling tower 2. Alright, so this is right over the deliverers area, and we'll take a look down there in a minute. But we're sitting up here on top of this this graded platform here. A little bit of medicine. We got a vending machine, a porta-diner, I mean. Nope, no pie today. An ammo box, bunch of containers, plastic trays. This place is crazy for plastic. I can't remember the exact... I think it was... I got it written down here. 127 plastic. This place is nuts in plastic. Okay. So coming in here, we've got an office. A bunch of these console computers. Old fridge. There are 3 turrets here. I thought I destroyed all of them, so I'm not sure why that one was just firing. Anyway, though. Again, right back out here. Oh. There you are. Okay. Alright. So, instead of going into the plant office, we're going to come over here. And this is fuel storage, I believe. Yeah. This place is something of a maze. There's the 3rd turret. Okay. So, lot of Scorched in here. Alright, we're going to head downstairs. More of these computers. And a set of stairs that goes up to the rest of the plant office. And again, right back out to here. Okay. But we want to see right down below us here. So again, we're going to head back down here. And instead of going in that way, we're going to go down and around this pool of radioactive water. And here we go, the loading dock. Like I said, right below that platform with the graded floor. Forklift, shipping containers, large-scale vehicle door, and let's see where this goes. Alright, so cooling tower 2, cooling tower 1. Again, that large vehicle door that you can see from the inside. Back at the loading dock. Okay. So if we come over in here, you could potentially find a set of power armor right over here. Alright. Now, if we come over here, chemical workbench, more containers for junk, and this is actually the first time I've seen this here. We got a power armor plan, so that's nice. Alright. There are also at least 3 sets of ice tongs here, and I don't really know of any other location where you can find those. I'm not really one who keeps track of the exact items of junk, but given that I found ice tongs and then another set, and then another set, I remembered that. Now we got this little area over here, sitting area. Door goes out to the lobby. Little kitchen, a little bit of junk, a little bit of food. Some glowing fungus right there. And a couple of bathrooms here. Small scale ones. Alright. So we're back over here to the loading dock. But rather than going back up where we came in from the cooling towers, let's take a look at fuel storage. Alright, radioactive in here. I'm going to take some Rad-X just because, again, I've got this thing with this character where he just does not show radiation damage until it's too late. And then for some reason when I take Rad-X my mutations go down. I think that's actually supposed to happen, but anyway. I got Scorched genes so the mutations don't go away, but anyway. Okay, so fuel storage pool over here. Pretty nasty looking water. And they got some of these radiation barrels, or the radioactive waste barrels here in these carts. This water is really gross when you get right into it, because it's like orange. You can only see orange going through that. Anyway, coming over here, we got a weapons workbench. A little bit of junk. Another one of these charging laser sniper rifles. Okay. So going past the loading dock entrance, we can come up here, get some pieces of equipment, and a large-scale door that actually runs right into the reactor, so that they could take fuel directly in and out of the reactor space. Now, the only way I think you can get up here is with, at the very least, marsupial, because you could jump down onto this pipe from the reactor side. But to get up into this thing, I think you have to have marsupial. I mean, probably can jump with marsupial from that up to here as well. Anyway. Okay, so this little office here overlooking fuel storage, or catwalks overlooking fuel storage. And there's another door out, so let's go take a look where that goes. Okay, so we got a little bit of junk out here. And again, remember, this is where we saw the mining helmet right there. This is that first area we explored coming up on the side of the building. Alright, back inside. Okay, back in fuel storage again. If we come back through this little office, we have another door to this little catwalk here. And here we are back in that area where we came in from Cooling Tower 1. Alright. And again, we can go down this way, and this is where you can find a weapon mod. Right here with this weapons workbench. And there's a hole into the reactor. Alright. I think we've pretty well covered this side of the plant. So why don't we head into the plant office. Now again, if we come back up these stairs, I pointed this out before, but I'll show you again. This little office here. Here's the elevated area with a graded floor. Now, this, yeah, so I think this does actually go to the roof. Okay. So, you'll see in a minute why I said I think this goes to the roof, and I'll show you when we get back down inside. But here we are on the roof in a little interior area. Got a stim pack, some meds there, the Tinkerer's workshop right there, and you can come right out here onto the roof. Now we'll take a look at the roof, the full roof, towards the very end, but this should give you an idea where this goes. But let's get down to the plant office and I'll show you why it is I said I think this door goes to the roof. Okay. Now, if we come over here, this door also says roof access above it, but it does not go to the roof. Instead, it goes to either the Turbine Hall, with the Radroaches in here. This is where you can find the 3 Radroaches that spawn. I only see one of them. I must have killed the other 2 or something. Anyway. But along with that, it also goes over to the control room. So, and this is where you can find 2 of the 3 turrets. Okay. So, I don't know why that says roof access when you're coming in this way, but it does, even though it does not go to the roof. Alright, now here's the map for the location. We'll take a look at this real quick before we move on to go look at the Turbine Hall. But we have Thunder Mountain itself next to this lake. Now if we come down here, we have Thunder Mountain Substation TM01, along with that Berkeley Springs, which has a workshop. Then there is the abandoned Bog Town, and Thunder Mountain Substation TM02. There is no TM03. So while the other 2 have 3 substations each, this one only has 2. So just keep that in mind. Alright. Now let's get over to the Turbine Hall. And we're on the elevated section of doing that. Okay. So when we come around here, we got a lot of containers. Good amount of junk. This is the only cement you can find in the entire plant, by the way. 7 cement, it all comes from this one bag. Now if we come through here, got some ammo. There is one thing we'll have to fix in here, which is this one pipe. And why don't we just do that real quick? Actually, it's down on the next level down. This catwalk comes up and hits a wall. I don't know why it's here. Now, if we come down this way, should be able to fix that last piece of pipe. More junk. More junk. Containers of junk. We'll take a look at this door in here in 1 second. Let's fix this. There we go. The generator system has been fixed. Now, the weird thing about the generator system is it's not just stuff that's in here, and that's the same thing with the cooling tower as well. There's actually one console outside the cooling towers you have to fix, and along with that, there's potentially 2 consoles on the roof of this structure that you have to fix in order to fix the generator system. We'll take a look at that when we get to the roof, but let me just show you where this door goes. Alright, there's the cooling tower 2. The lake. Okay, let's get back in here. Alright. Now, we're going to head back down a little bit more. Get down here to the ground floor. Okay. More consoles and stuff you have to repair. More pipes to repair. More junk, more ammo. More containers of junk. More glowing fungus over there, although I don't think you can harvest that one. I think that changes every time, so I'm not going to point that one out and say you cannot harvest that ever, but you can't harvest that one right now. So, anyway though, there's a pool of radioactive water at the bottom of this. Okay. Gives off a significant amount of radiation. Now then, if we come over here, behind these sandbags, there's another door out. Okay, there's the lake again. There's the upper door where we entered the Turbine Hall just a minute ago. Okay. Alright. Now, we're nearly done in this area, but there is still one thing to see, and it's actually pretty important because it's lore-based. Actually, multiple things. Almost done, though. Safety showers and eye wash stations. More junk, more containers of junk. Sink there. This is what I was talking about, this terminal. But we'll come back to that in just a second, so we can take a look inside this cage first. Okay. Open up the security door, and inside we have more guns. In fact, 2 more charging laser sniper rifles. Up on the top of this thing, there's actually a missile launcher and some missiles up there as well. This place had 5 missiles the first time I came through and harvested everything. It looks like that's still the case now. Multiple mines here. Now, these do change. The first time I came through here, it was 2 fragmentation mines and a pulse mine. This time it's a frag mine, a crown mine, and a plasma mine. So, mines, but they do change as to what they are. Piece of manufacturing equipment here, some lockers. Back out to the Turbine Hall, which, by the way, this place looks nothing like the other 2 Turbine Halls at all. It's really interesting. There's an area here that it's called the Boiler Room. You don't find that in either of the other plants either. Anyway, though, let's take a look at the Free States terminal right here. Entry 1. It's been almost a month since we took over the Thunder Mountain plant, and things are quiet. We've had a few raider groups hit us, but they've never really been a threat. I'm not sure why we're holed up in this place. Deke says holding the plant is important, that it puts a chokehold on the region, but I'm not quite sure what he means. Maybe if we linked up with some of the other Free States groups around these parts, we could get it done, but for now, Deke says we babysit, so that's what we're going to do. Entry 2. Woke up in the middle of the night to the sound of explosions and gunfire. I could see from the roof that we were under a full assault. The enemy was definitely military, well-armed, well-trained, and determined. After shooting for almost 15 minutes, they suddenly stopped. I thought Deke had surrendered, but word got passed around to dig in and prepare for the long haul. What scares me is that none of us are sure what the enemy wants. To wipe us out, to take over the plant, or both. Entry 3. It's been 2 days since the attack, and it's clear that the enemy is here to stay. They've set up a damn command center, and more men have arrived. I'm not sure why the enemy hasn't said anything to us, but it's making the rest of the group nervous as hell. What are they waiting for? More soldiers? Our surrender? Panic was starting to set in, and people in the group were talking about leaving. If it wasn't for Deke keeping everyone calm, I'm sure we'd all either be on the run or dead by now. Entry 4. A group of 6 soldiers approached the front of the plant with a white flag. They said they were part of a group called Taggarty's Thunder. Sounded sort of like a biker gang name to me, but it was clear they weren't playing around. They promised that no one would be harmed if we bugged out and left the place intact. They also said that if we rigged this place to blow or fired a single shot, they would kill every one of us to the last man. Didn't take long for Deke to make the decision to leave. They gave us just 12 hours to pack up and move on. Entry 5. This is going to be my last entry. We're all packed up and ready to leave Thunder Mountain behind. Outside, Taggarty's Thunder was all lined up with their guns pointed at us and ready to march inside. Some of our group doesn't want to leave, they want to stay and fight, but Deke says we need to choose our battles and live to fight another day. I guess he's right, but one thing's for sure. I love the Free States with all my heart, but I hope to God we never go to war with these guys again. Luckily, they didn't. So, yes, that was Taggarty's Thunder. Again, this is before the Brotherhood of Steel was a thing, when Taggarty's Thunder took over the plant. Now, I assume it's because of the potential of this place to be control, to basically be a source of control over the region. Now we got a couple bathrooms here. Single-use bathrooms, just as we found on the other side of the plant. And let's head out this door here. Okay, now we're back outside again, but this is the main entrance door. Now, if we look back over here, that's the door we just came out. That up there is an elevated walkway that we went through when we got into the Turbine Hall in the first place. This is where we had those that Radroach, where I told you is the Radroach infested hallway. That is right up through there. Oh, you know, there's actually one other thing I want to point out, but we'll wait until we get back in here for me to show you that. And that is the connection point between the Turbine Hall and Cooling Tower 2. But anyway, let's get right in here. Alright, here we are in the lobby. Now, we got a little security room right over here, as you can see. And this door also goes out. Okay, here we are back out in the yard. Again, there's the Turbine Hall, the elevated walkway, the door we came out, the door we just went in, and let's get back into that security room. Okay. Coming back out here, we got this little records room. Now there is a safe back over here. Along with that, I've seen a single med. Yep, right there in that drawer. Last time it was Rad-X, this time it's Radaway. Now, if we come in here, we got one of the locker rooms. A couple of toilet stalls. Now, this makes no sense to me, because this clearly was a wall beforehand. These pipes used to extend across this, right? Now, if we come out over here, there's no room for a door in that. Meaning that this was just a void in the wall before these holes were opened up. That kind of stuff annoys me a little bit when it comes to level design, when people don't think about what these things were beforehand. Anyway, Brotherhood Scribe outfit there, lockers. Now if we come over here, there's another locker room here. Women's locker room in this case. More stalls, more showers, more lockers. Nothing crazy in this one. Now then, if we come over here, this again is that little sitting area with a cafeteria attached. Well, little kitchen, I guess, is better to say than cafeteria. Hey! The power armor's here. It wasn't here just 5 minutes ago. Anyway, let's head back in this way. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at the terminal right over here. Communications terminal. Pending logs. The August 19th, 2095. Actually, we'll go to August 18th, 2095. Logged by Squire R. Rosen. Transmission received from FDHQ 1508. Multiple Sierra Bravos inbound. Thunder, prepare accordingly. Scouts confirm the transmission. Multiple sightings. Masses of unknowns spotted on the ground. But they're scorched. They have to be scorched. Our defenses are finalized. If the power falls here, Defiance will be defenseless. Everyone here knows what's at stake. I'm proud to report that not a single man or woman has abandoned their post ad Victoriam. These are the closing days of the Brotherhood here. August 19th, 2095. I get logged again by Squire R. Rosen. I'm writing this report with little hope any brother will ever read this. The Scorched Beasts are attacking in endless waves. The AAAs are running low on ammo. We had to abandon the roof after being overrun by the Scorched. The forward assault team is overrun. Only myself and Squire Gilden are left. And by the way, again, that's Rosen and Gilden, so we're talking about a reference here to Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. I can't imagine it's anything else. Anyway, only myself and Squire Gilden are left, and the walls won't hold out for long. It has been a singular honor to serve. Whoever is reading this, abandon Appalachia and pray the Scorched Beasts do not come for you. Okay. There is an archive logs thing, but there's nothing in it. I just forgot to point that out. There we go. Okay, now we're going to head up these stairs. And we got a little conference room right over in here. A little bit of junk on the table. A little bit of clutter. A little bit of drink over there on that shelf. Now, coming over here, across this broken walkway, you can just do that little hop there. Just another little office. More junk. It was a dog snore. 1 second. Okay, bud? It was really more so him getting ready to fight something in his sleep. Anyway, coming back over this way. Again, here's the room that says boilers. And there's that. In fact, I pointed this out earlier. This is the weapon mod right down there. Anyway, though. Coming back over in here. Control room. And yeah, so I think we've actually visited the plant office now. So we got a damaged hazmat suit here. There's also a hazmat suit somewhere in the facility. I can't remember where that is exactly. I found at least 2 welding masks here, which I think look pretty cool. But anyway. Okay. More consoles, things like that. We still have one more thing to repair within the reactor, which we'll take care of now. So, to get into the reactor, we come to this console. Oh, yeah, that is actually it. Open the door. Okay. Press this button. And here we go. Back in the reactor area. And again, let me take some radiation meds just in case. So we got a lot of steam pipes to repair in here, but along with that, there's also the consoles. And I left one single console to repair. We'll take a look at that here in just a minute. I'm getting off track here because I want to make sure I point everything out in here. Okay, so we just came in. Here's the console. You have to use it if you're going to get back into the decontamination area. Now we got this catwalk down to the ground floor. The catwalk that also wraps around the reactor, which is right over here. Goes down and up, and we're going to go up. Okay, so we got a bunch of, well, some seats there, some shelves, a little bit of clutter, a little bit of junk, containers to hold junk. Now, this is easily one of the most annoying things to fix is this one right over here, which I found you have to get on top of this thing to reach it. Coming up this way, we got the last thing to repair here, this console. There we go. There's that passage back to fuel storage. Okay, so why don't we head back downstairs? Again, here's the catwalk that wraps around the main reactor. We can take a look over in here. Potential console to repair. Some consoles on the wall there. Alright, a little bit of clutter. Minigun there with some 5mm. Now, I have found 2 miniguns on this side. This is the only one I've seen this time. Now if we come down here, we got another office with some strange equipment on the wall. I'm not sure exactly what that's supposed to be, but it's interesting looking regardless. There's a hazmat suit, a little bit of radiation meds, healing salve there. That's at least the second time I've seen that. These sights, steamer trunk here, combat rifle right there. Coming over here, here's that hole in the wall that goes to the men's locker room. Okay. Now we can come around this way. Head back up here. And here's the entrance to decontamination. So, let's head down by coming over here. This, again, is the door over to the boiler, the hole in the wall to the boiler area, along again with the weapon mod right there. So, we just came over here, a little bit of junk. We can now go down to the ground floor. More of that equipment that we saw in that little office. Coming around here, we got a skeleton with a toolbox. At least one Scorched is walking around in here somewhere. Some equipment there. Some more lockers. Some more equipment. Some more consoles. Some more forklift. No, a forklift. And some more crates over there. More containers, another forklift. More glowing fungus. Hey, look at that. There's a bobblehead. That's the first time I've seen that one. And I don't think it's even possible to get to it. So it's more so decorative than anything. Because again, you can't get on the backside. And despite your size being smaller than the pipe, you can't get it to it on this side. So I don't really know. Maybe you blow it out with a grenade. Anyway, though, let's go ahead and head back this way. Let's get to the reactor and the control room and restart this thing before this countdown timer reaches 0. Okay. One thing I want to point out real quick before we go do that, and I'll probably have to reopen that door again. We did repair this, but I don't think we walked around the back side of this. A couple of consoles to repair here. And that's about it. Okay, so let's get back over here into decontamination. Okay. Here we go, using this terminal just like usual. Restart power plant.
Thunder Mountain is back online. Repeat, Thunder Mountain is online. Repair teams, you are clear to stand down.
Okay. So yep, the main reactor there is spinning up again. Plant is good to go for a while. I still don't know exactly how long these things stay active. And it's one of those things where it's like, how much effort do I really want to expend figuring that out? Because it's one of those things where I don't think anyone's actually taken the time to figure it out yet. So it's something where I'd probably have to really like sit in the world for, I don't even know, maybe 8 hours. Maybe it's even one of those things where it's different between the public adventure mode and the Fallout Worlds mode, to where I could be in here for 24 hours without that thing shutting off. And I don't really know if that'd be the case or not. Anyway, though, let's head back outside. Actually, let's get back in there. I just remembered why it is that we came over here to the turbine room. And that was to show you the entrance to Cooling Tower 2. Okay. So we come over here. Here's the transition area to the cooling towers. Some consoles, some junk, some containers for junk, and here we go. Okay, yeah, this actually is not a good idea, because the steam can kill you. So, something I should have pointed out in the past, don't go on the cooling towers when the plant is on. And I don't know what's going on with my health, because I should probably be dead, right? So why don't I just go ahead and potentially save myself by giving myself some stim packs? Okay, I don't know. I was thinking maybe you just hadn't noticed yet that I've been damaged. I'll probably drop dead here in just a minute, so we'll see. Anyway, let's come over here to the transformer yard. This is where you would step up the voltage, step down the current for the transmission of the long-range lines. Now right here we've got the fusion core processor. Again, they turned on Thunder Mountain power box there. And I got over encumbered by all that crap that it gave me at the end of turning the plant on, so I can't sprint at the moment. But we're going to come right over here. And again, I'm going to point out another one of these situations where the power box is now on. And in fact, we can now also head up these steps. Well, we could do that before. But coming over here, behind the infirmary tent, next to the locations workshop, is again the third of the power boxes, which is again now powered on thanks to us repairing the power plant. Again, I still don't know what the smoke is supposed to be. I don't know if maybe there's some weird form of nuclear technology in the Fallout universe, but in our universe there's no smoke that comes from nuclear power, so not at least when it's operating properly. Alright, I was about to sign off when I realized we have not looked at the roof yet, so let me drop some crap so I can actually jump again. Or even, heck, just use, what, do I have any of those carry weight booster things? There we go! There I dropped dead for no reason. Now the truth of the matter is I was dead from the second I walked out into that steam. The game just didn't notice it for some reason until just now. Let me see if I got something here I can drop. Alright, let me go grab my stuff, and we'll explore the roof. Okay, here we go. Alright, now, I've pointed out some of the locations where you can get up on the roof. There was that first one when we were walking around the backside of the building. Let's just take a look around and find an optimum spot to get up the roof. In fact, I think it's probably just going to be that first spot. Now, we could of course go up through the main building, but instead we're going to just follow this up right here. Past the cooling towers. Past this large storage tank. Alright. So, this is that door that goes back into the plant office. If you remember, there's the Tinker's workbench there. Now, along with that, if we come back up this way, we can get up onto this part of the roof, where we get some defensive barricades, the crane that's holding that shipping container. Okay. Come up on this part of the roof here, this catwalk around this tank. And there's a little bit of an area down there with some barricades and some sandbags, but if you come up back over there, this, and walk around on the roof some more. Got some equipment down there below that grate. Okay. Got a defensive position right up over there. Oop. There's this tank here. The weird thing about this is you can like walk down to like that. I don't know why it's so shallow, but anyway, or even why it has an open top when like these other ones that are clearly similar are capped on top. But anyway, now if we come over this way, there's the helipad. Did we go up on the very top? I don't think we did. Maybe we did. In fact, I think yes, we did. This is that defensive position I was pointing out. Yeah. Okay. We can come down this. And again, the helipad. Now we got a dead soldier there. If we come over here through these barricades, we can cross the top of this, which is that overhead walkway that runs over to the cooling tower. This is one of the pieces of equipment that's outside the cooling towers that you have to repair in order to get the cooling tower working. It's a very strange little situation there. A little bit of junk on that table there, by the way, if I didn't point that out. Another defensive position here. Radio tower. Alright, let's cross this catwalk and this pipe to get over to the generators. Okay, so we're on top of the Turbine Hall here. And these also potentially have to be repaired. Now, I only had to repair one of these this time, but that's not always the case. Now we come over here, catwalk down, defensive positions on this lower roof, a little bit of junk over there, another crane. Got another catwalk down to the roof of this elevated walkway that runs between the Turbine Hall and the plant office. There's that radio tower I pointed out before, more catwalks up. Okay, so I think that points out all this stuff. So let's get back over here. Again, nice view of the lake from up here. Okay. And we can come all the way along here and there's nothing else to see. Same thing on this side. Strangely, this pipe doesn't seem to be supported, so it's just they're hoping that the weight of the water doesn't cause this thing to bend down and over time break. Anyway, now I think we've seen everything we need to see here. Let's take a look at all the junk that you can find here at this site. Alright, this has been the Resolute Cartographer. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time.